Welcome to Formosa Dream Chasers.
We're your hosts, Mary Ann
and Ching En.
Please join us as we explore the journeys amazing people take in pursuit of their dreams.
And get insights from their experiences.
Let's hit the road
and get started.
Hello and welcome to Formosa Dream Chasers. Today we're chatting with Hashlaey Bermudez, a Honduran who originally came to Taiwan to take up further studies in fashion management at Ming Chuan University. She's lived in Taiwan for 5 years now, and she is starting to build her career as well. So we're here to find out more about her journey here in Taiwan. So, hi Hashlaey.
Hi, Marianne. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really curious about your story. So maybe we can start with you telling us a little bit about yourself so that our listeners can get to know you as well.
So you pretty much covered a big chunk. But yeah, I moved to Taiwan when I was just 17 years old. It was a big thing when you are that young. At first, I studied Chinese for 1 year. Well, before I came to Taiwan, I said, I'm going to study Chinese 1 year, and then I'm going to do my bachelor's all in Chinese because 1 year is more than enough to learn everything there is to learn. And when I started learning Chinese, I said, okay, no, that's not happening. So let me switch. And so I found Ming Chuan University that offers fashion and innovation management program, which I felt aligned with me at that time. So that's why I took it. And it was all taught in Chinese. So that's why I chose it. And after that, I graduated and landed a new job in a biotech company. I know it's not fashion, but still, I'm working as a business development specialist, so it's a lot that I learned while I studied in Ming Chuan. So, yes.
So it still correlates to what you took up.
Yes, it still correlates.
So you mentioned you came to Taiwan first to study Mandarin. Why were you interested in Mandarin, and why did you want to come to Taiwan?
Well, at first I was not interested at all.
Okay.
It was before Honduras and Taiwan used to have diplomatic relationship.
Right.
And so the Taiwan government offered Hondurans with like academic excellence full scholarships, like including flights, accommodation, food, everything. It's like a whole package. And growing up, I always knew I wanted to study abroad, but I didn't think abroad would be Taiwan.
Okay.
And so my mom found out that there's this scholarship, and she told me that I should look into it. And I said, Mother, where on earth is Taiwan?
Okay.
And so she said, just don't say no right away. Try to do some research and see if you like it. And you can say Honduras is a small country because I knew a couple Hondurans that had come here with this scholarship. So I texted them, I asked them about it. They told me what they thought about it, that they really liked it. And then I started watching videos, YouTube, all about it. And I fell in love. I said, I need to be here ASAP. And yeah, that was pretty much how it happened.
I'm curious because you said, and I know that before Honduras and Taiwan were diplomatic allies, were you affected when Honduras decided to break ties with Taiwan at the time?
Yeah, because as I mentioned before, I don't think I specified, but I applied for the scholarship, I got the scholarship, and I came here. So when Taiwan breaks ties with a country, they stop all the help they are giving that country. And so including the scholarships. So they stopped our scholarships, which I was so sad about. But luckily, there's a Honduran association in Taiwan. And so like the director or president, you can say, of that association tried to help us into making the Honduran government cover our scholarships since the Taiwan government was not doing it anymore. So it was a fight that lasted a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end of the year, we were finally able to make them, they agreed to offer us the scholarship. And so they continued paying our studies while we were studying in Taiwan. So, yeah, at the beginning it was hard, but eventually it worked out
Mm-hmm.
for the better. So, yeah.
Okay. Just to clarify, I think it was because Honduras switched to
China.
yeah, that's right. So because Honduras chose to break the diplomatic relationship with Taiwan, that's why the Taiwan government withdrew support. I understand as the person you're caught in between the two countries, right? And that, like you
Yeah.
said, affected a lot. You affected definitely your way you live and your plans and how you're going to move forward. But I'm really glad that your government later decided to provide support to the students here because I can imagine it's really hard for the students at the time.
Yeah, and it's all of a sudden, like one day you wake up and it's like, oh, you don't have a scholarship anymore. And it's like you have to pay tuition, you have to pay rent, you have to buy your food. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And luckily, like, I was so blessed to have my parents' support in that time. But there are people that got that scholarship, had to get the scholarship because there was no way they would study
Mm-hmm.
without it, right? And
Right.
so their parents had nothing to send them here to be able to support them. And yeah, how were they going to survive those months? And it was like, I think a whole year or almost a year without us getting any sort of scholarship. And yeah, but we figured it out. We found our part-time jobs to be able to cover the cost meanwhile, and then our parents supported us with what they were able to provide. And yeah.
So that's good to know. When you first came to Taiwan, what were your thoughts and impressions about it?
I thought it's super convenient and safe. Like I could go out like late at night and I would not need to worry about my safety, which is something we don't have in Honduras.
Oh, okay.
And I really, really like it. At the same time, I feel I was also surprised with how much it's like you guys live in the future.
Okay.
Like you are ahead in so many things, like for example the transportation. We don't have the convenience of the MRT or the buses that come every 10 minutes and stuff like that. So I thought it was very convenient, advanced, and safe.
Did anything surprise you about, let's say, the culture or the lifestyle here or the environment, like in comparison to your own culture?
Oh yeah, everything. Well, um
Okay.
first of all,
Yeah.
Christmas was a big for me. It was like, how do you not celebrate Christmas? But when you learn about the culture, you understand. But at the beginning, it was very hard. So I would say that also it's surprising how, because for us, when we introduce ourselves to someone or when we met someone for the first time, you would hug the person and you would give them a kiss on the cheek.
Okay.
And even if you just met the person, you would do it. And then when it's a family or your friend, and then you will say you are just saying hi, or when you say goodbye, you would always give a hug and a kiss in the cheek. That's what we always do. And in Taiwan, it was a shock when I met my Taiwanese friends, and I was like, "Oh, hi!" And I would go for a hug, and they were like, "Hey, what are you trying to do?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. I totally understand. Because in the Philippines, Filipinos kind of greet each other that way as well. It's just culturally different, but
Yeah.
Taiwanese people are more reserved, and so
Yes, they are very reserved.
when you go hug and especially kiss them, they will be like shocked and like, "Why are you kissing me? Why are you hugging?"
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. It felt so awkward, and then I had to ask my Chinese teacher, and she said, "Oh yeah, we don't do that."
Yeah, Okay,
And I said, "Oh, good to know."
I see.
So yeah, I was surprised that they are very reserved. They are
Mm-hmm.
more quiet and
Yes,
shy,
yes.
and there's a thing that they say that us Latinos are loud, right? So I would get constantly shut up in the buses or trains or public spaces, people will tell me, "Hey, so can you lower your voice?" I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh, okay."
really? Okay.
Even though I would think I'm not being loud, but it's different culture. I understand, but yeah.
Is it hard adjusting to like these differences that you experience?
I don't think so, but I would encounter friends that it would be harder for them. So I think it's just me and my personality that it's like, okay, it's different people, we grew up differently, different country, different culture. And I'm the one living in their home country, so I'm the one that has to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tried my best and I respected our differences. And yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's a really great attitude to have because, as you say, we all come from different backgrounds and cultures, and I don't think we should expect everyone to fit the way we grew up in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I really respect that kind of outlook and attitude you have. You said you first came here because your mom was telling you about the scholarship in Taiwan and you wanted to take up fashion management. Why did you choose fashion management as, the course of your studies?
Well, honestly, I've always been obsessed with fashion. It's like a big part of my life, I guess you would say. So,
Mhm.
and I really wanted something business related because I always had this motto saying the only person I'm going to work for is myself eventually in life.
That's smart.
Yeah, eventually, right? But you have to, build the road to get there, Anyway, so I said that I need to do something business related so that I can in the future have my own business or something like that. And so I was going to go for, international business or business administration, something like that. But then I saw that option that was like more fashion industry related, and I thought, oh, that's so cool, and so that's why I chose it.
Out of curiosity, because as like culturally, we were talking about how Taiwanese are more reserved and not as physically affectionate as compared to Hondurans. When it comes to fashion, for example, how do you think the fashion of both Taiwan and Honduras is similar and or different?
Oof, that's a very good question, and honestly, I think it's different, but how can I say? So, for example, Honduras, sadly, were very influenced by the U.S. Right? So you could say we are whitewashed, and so in being that way, we try to adopt a lot of the clothing, style, fashion of the United States. However, Taiwan doesn't care. Taiwan, Taiwan style is Taiwan style,
Okay.
and I would connect it with just being like Asian
Okay.
vibe, but East Asian, but still not like Koreans. 'Cause Koreans are built different,
Okay.
but but yeah, that's what I would say. I would say that our style is we adopted from the United States, and Taiwan just is very unique in the way they dress. They are a lot more reserved. They wear
Mhm.
more baggy clothes, more neutrals, less shiny, and
Mhm.
for us, it's like very extravagant.
Mhm.
But also, I noticed something. They don't really care, or maybe it's my perspective, but my perspective is Taiwanese don't really care how they dress.
Right.
And it's like it doesn't matter it's your birthday, it's like Chinese New Year, formal dinner. They would dress the same way as for a formal dinner as they would for a normal Monday. That's what I've noticed in my 5 years in Taiwan, which is very surprising. And also because I've had Taiwanese friends, and specifically this one friend that she went to an event in the United States, and she said that she was very shocked because they had like a introduction, maybe orientation or something like that in the morning, and everyone, of course, all Westerns were dressed a certain way, right? And then at night had this formal dinner, and then she wore the same exact outfit she was wearing in the morning, and then everyone else had this ball gowns, suits, and very like formal attire, and she was like, why do you have to change? And
Right.
Oh yeah, so when she said that, it confirmed my theory that it's not just my perspective, but that's in fact what they believe.
What they do. Yeah, yeah, you know what? When you bring it up, it made me realize that is the case. I don't know why exactly, but I know, for example, like at least for me in the Philippines, and also I think for some Americans, when you go out, let's say for a nice dinner, so it's because you're making that effort to go somewhere nice and
Yes.
have a dress code. And so you make an effort to dress up because it's not something that you do regularly, maybe, or you make it to be a more special occasion. Whereas maybe, I don't know, I'm just speculating here, but maybe it's just also because Taiwanese people are just so busy that they don't often make special occasion activities.
Yeah, their priority maybe. Yes, I agree. I feel that might be the case, and I don't know. I feel it's very something related to culture, and I have this joke with my friend. She's Filipino, and she says, "You know, they are a first world country for a reason, and we're third world countries.
They
Maybe
work very hard.
our focus is not aligned. Our focus are not in the right place. So maybe we should stop dressing up for events." It's so funny when she says that, but yeah.
I see your point. They do work very hard and they spend a lot of time in the office.
Yes, they work a lot. I'm really surprised.
We can talk a little bit more as we delve into your career then. Right. So having graduated, I think you said you just graduated this summer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was curious from your perspective, how would you say the educational system here is like compared to Honduras?
I'll just talk about universities, like private university, because it might be different for the public ones in Taiwan. But since I was in a private university, I think that it's, I don't know if it's just me, but for me, it's more relaxed because you get your summer break, you get your winter break, you get your spring break, and you get, I forgot the other break, or maybe those are it. Yeah, so you get your 2 months off in summer, you get like a whole month for winter, and then you get like a couple of days for spring break. And in Honduras, we don't. We
Really?
private or public, no, we don't. We you just have every 3 months you have a week off. And that's it.
Oh, that surprised me. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, actually, me neither. Until I started, like now that I was in university, and then my friends that stayed in Honduras, I would be off for vacations, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm still studying." I'm like, "What are you doing?" And that's when I found out that no, you only get 1 week after 3 months. But basically, after that 1 week, they have to go back. Luckily, it aligns with Christmas week, and it also aligns with Holy Week. But other than that, it's just random weeks that it's like, why would I want to have this week off? You know? Yeah, so that I'm actually so thankful for that I was in Taiwan because no summer break? What do you mean? Yeah.
I see.
And also, aside from that, I feel that it's not as demanding. Like, for example, in my university, the professors are not on top of you. It's like it's on you. You want to study? Okay, you study. If you don't want to study, you don't study. You want to pass? Then you pass. If you don't, I don't care. It's like they are not on top of you, trying to make you learn, do better, improve your studies. But maybe that's not a universal Taiwan experience. That was only my experience in Ming Chuan. But I could see for what my mom told me and my friends in Honduras, they are more involved, the
Mm,
professors. So, I mean, to a certain point, it's like you are already in your 20s, you are an adult, you know your responsibilities. But I feel it's a little bit, you could feel their support a little bit more, but maybe that's just me.
that's where we'll wrap up the first part of our conversation with Hashley. Join us again next week for part two of our chat. Thanks for tuning in.
This is Ching and Cho.
And Mary Ann Shoko.
See you guys next week. Bye.